61 for 2 at the end of 10 overs. It's one of those scores you try and assess with which team is out there and what batting is to come. If this was Mumbai, you'd say, oh, that's a great score because they can score 100 in the final 6. Shaun Pollock alongside. Key game, pretty much need to win. The Royal Challengers probably a few runs behind.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little bit disappointed. Nature of the surface seems to be slower and lower than maybe what they would have expected. And a little behind proceedings, if we be totally honest, at this stage. They'll need a big finish. You know, you talked about Mumbai and 10 and over. Well, as long as AB de Villiers is there, you got to believe that we've seen from him on this ground means that they could maybe still have a few big overs. But yeah, not ideal. I think a lot rests on the shoulders of de Villiers. Felipe, he'll continue to try and play his best. But striking power, I don't know if there's much to come.
Yeah, well, even as we speak, a massive 6. Finally, de Villiers breaking the shackles after that one boundary from Rashid Khan, getting one off Shahbaz Nadeem. But the bonus for the Royal Challengers has been Josh Philippe, with Finch out of form, Padikkal failing today, and of course Kohli falling to his nemesis Sandeep Sharma.
Yeah, Sandeep Sharma's been good, hasn't he? Didn't get much of a go, and since Bhuvi's been out, he really has stepped up. I think he's been a big player for him. What I like about him is the movement through the air. That's what he possesses, and he's used that to great effect. And he can also get the keeper up to the stumps, and he doesn't really change his plan so much. So big respect for him and what he's done so far. He's only hovering around 130. But he's played his part, and Kohli would agree that he's quite a difficult customer to get away. I mean, to start off up front there, 3 overs, 2 for 13 in Sharjah is brilliant. Hold the ball nicely, and then you can turn to your spinners. So he's done really well.
He certainly has, and it's, sometimes you look at the opposition or the opposition bowler. 6 times he had got him out before today. Today was number 7, the joint most by any single bowler against any other batsman in the tournament, Shaun.
Yeah, sometimes there's difficult customers to get away. And the fact that he doesn't offer up any speed, he tends to be straight at the stumps. In many ways, it's saying to you have to make the play. And that's sometimes not the easiest thing to do.
And it was one of those situations that you don't want to overanalyze, but Kohli probably made the play when he didn't need to. He would have known that he's got out several times to Sandeep Sharma, and maybe he just needed to play him out and say, I've got lots of time. But it was just one of those things.
Yeah, it was good captaincy, I thought, too. Kane Williamson was nice and close in that short cover. And as a batsman, you just think to yourself, if I can get it past him, then all of a sudden I pick myself up a boundary. Couldn't do it, and wicket on the board.
Yeah, just as we were about to wrap things up, Shaun, the Comm Box curse strikes again. It's a huge one. Abraham Benjamin de Villiers back in the pavilion, and he falls to the man he had just hit for a huge 6, Shahbaz Nadeem. Went for another one, and this time he was caught on the offside boundary, and they'd be really disappointed with that.
Yeah, that is a huge blow, and now maybe they have to reassess what a competitive score will be. But I'm thinking 160. If they can get 150, 160, I think on that kind of surface, maybe they're in with a shot.
Yeah, I think probably an opportunity here for someone who hasn't really shown what he can do with the bat, and that's been Chris Morris. He's been excellent with the ball. We know he's an all-rounder, and if between Josh Philippe and him, they can just get something on the board, it would be very useful.
Yeah, I think there's a few innings where people have run in and bowled some short pitch deliveries at Morris, and maybe he hasn't been at his best. But this kind of surface, this kind of a bowling attack is something that he could really get hold of if he gets himself in.
Yeah, a couple of overs of Rashid Khan to come as well. So at the moment, it's definitely favouring the team in orange. What will happen at the end? We'll be there to wrap things up. My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live.